Hello folks and welcome to the channel. Here's some breaking news about the fourth stimulus check that you have to know. Be sure to stay until the end of this video. So government funding expires in 1 month and top lawmakers are already forecasting another autopilot spending bill to prevent a December shutdown. Democrats and Republicans can't even agree on how to begin negotiations. The next shutdown threat hits at midnight, everybody, on December 3rd, when the federal cash stops flowing from the temporary spending patch that Congress enacted to keep the government funded after the new fiscal year that started on October 1st.
Partisan infrastructure, we'll call it traditional infrastructure, roads, bridges, water, and all the different things that we have done. This is the greatest, largest bill that we've ever done in infrastructure in the history of the United States. It has something for everybody, and every state needs so much help in this. And my state has one of the worst bridge situations in the country, and we desperately need them. We need roads repaired, we need roads built. So it's good for everybody. So with that, I never doubted that he would not support it. He made a mistake when he spoke. He corrected that mistake, and we're moving forward. And he's out now. Not only did he correct his mistake, he's out now supporting it and going full blast. So I appreciate that.
Saying that he's going to go, he wants the bipartisan bill, of course, but he's also saying he wants to sign a bigger reconciliation bill. This is what Nancy Pelosi has said about all of this.
Let me be really clear on this. We will not take up a bill in the House until the Senate passes the bipartisan bill and a reconciliation bill.
That seems pretty clear from the Speaker of the House. For you, what does a reconciliation bill have to look like? And are you alone in what you're thinking about it?
Well, Brett, I don't know about I've been alone for a long time, it seems like here recently, but what I will say is this. Reconciliation, I understand we'll probably have to go to reconciliation because I did not vote for the 2017 tax bill that President Trump put forward. I had worked for a long time in a bipartisan way with my Republican colleagues and friends and Democrats, and we thought we had a good bipartisan bill for tax overhaul. But at the end, they went to reconciliation, and no Democrats were there. And I thought it was weighted too much to the high-end earners, if you will.
Another debt cliff is also expected as soon as next month, since the Treasury Department already exhausted the $480 billion in extra borrowing power that Congress granted 3 weeks ago. While the pressure is on to clinch deals unfunding the government and adjusting the debt limit before early December, the energy in Congress is sapped by bigger spending fights, as Democrats labor to pass Biden's social policy package and the infrastructure bill. Steny Hoyer said that Democrats must finish work on Biden's spending package and the Senate-passed bill before the party can devote its attention to annual government funding. Democrats still say that they aren't planning to lift the debt ceiling by using the reconciliation process. And everybody, other hard deadlines could complicate the December timeline. Congress must pass legislation to fund the government by December 3rd or face a shutdown. Lawmakers also need to raise debt limits. Infrastructure legislation provides about $550 billion in new spending, for a total of more than $1 trillion. In projects from roads to public transit to rural broadband, it was co-authored by Manchin and Sinema and became a top legislative priority. Despite progressives' biggest fears, centrist Democrats have plenty to like in the bill. Manchin has lavished praise on universal pre-K and childcare funding, and Sinema has championed the climate change measures. So the White House also plans a signing ceremony for the infrastructure bill. Do you think it could get done, everybody? Do you believe that President Biden is doing a good job in sending out the fourth stimulus check before the end of the year? Tell me in the comments down below.
Your pledge to them, because that is our most sacred responsibility as Americans on this Veterans Day and every day. I know of no one who keeps that promise better than President Biden. As a senator, as vice president, now as president, as a surviving father of an Iraq war veteran, President Biden has dedicated so much of his life to serving those who have served us. Veterans, their families, survivors, and caregivers could not ask for a stronger advocate. And so, without further ado, it is my great personal and professional honor to present to you our Commander-in-Chief, President of the United States of America, Joe Biden.
Thank you, Mr. Secretary. Folks, being President of the United States, you are afforded many opportunities to try to express your love, commitment, and admiration for the American people. And I must say to you that the single greatest honor I have been afforded as president is to stand before so many of you, those Medal of Honor winners out there, and talk about Veterans Day and veterans. I want to welcome all the cabinet members and honored guests joining us today, including the father of our Secretary of State, who served in the Army Air Corps during World War II, Ambassador Donald Blinken, whose birthday is today. Happy birthday. Thank you for your service to our country.
Good afternoon, Baltimore. It's great to be here at the port and welcome President Biden back. And we want to welcome him back all the time. We look forward, Mr. President, to your future visits as well. You know, Maryland is called American miniature, so it's fitting that the President has come here today to celebrate the passage of the Infrastructure Modernization Bill and also call on the Congress and the country to support the other part of the Build Back Better agenda. To use a G-rated version of what Vice President Biden once said, this bill is a, quote, big darn deal. For years,
who worked in our factories, who served us in the armed forces. Do we stand with them and expand Social Security, or do we listen to those on Wall Street and corporate America who want to cut Social Security benefits and in some cases want to privatize Social Security? This is a huge issue for tens of millions of Americans. And Mr. President, I intend to do everything that I can, not only to resist cuts to Social Security, but to do everything that we can to expand Social Security benefits for those seniors and disabled vets who desperately need that expansion. And with that, Mr. President, I would yield the floor.